Coming soon, companies may be paying you to watch their content. Hi, I'm TONYA Hall with ZDNet, and we're here today with Micha Benoliel, who is the co-founder of FireChat and now Nodleio. Welcome, Micha.
Hey, thank you. Good to meet you, Tonya, and happy to be on your talk show today.
Yeah, of course. So FireChat was what you're originally known for, this mesh networking that connected the world. What is FireChat?
Well, FireChat is a messaging app that works like any other messaging app, like WhatsApp. But the difference is when there is no access to the internet, FireChat creates a network with the smartphones that are around you, and then the messages you send are able to use other people's connection, and you can receive your messages in the same way. So basically, it's creating a network using the crowdsource of connectivity through other people's smartphones.
And that really did change so many things across the world and allowed people to, have a voice in other countries during revolutions and that sort of thing. But now you've started another company. What is Nodleio?
So Nodleio is applying the principles of crowdsourcing for a complete different purpose. We call it the citizen network. And what we do is we use people's smartphones to collect information or to provide connectivity for devices. So it's really a player for providing a connectivity solutions for the Internet of Things.
And I want to talk about the Internet of Things because certainly the way that the Internet is changing and the way that we're connecting has opened up a lot of privacy concerns, certainly with connected devices. So I'd say, first of all, we've lost a lot of, privacy and security because we've been, a lot of people have been hacked, financial institutions, email, that sort of thing. What is it that that we can do to help us not get hacked?
Well, I think there's a major trend that happened lately where indeed you can see large institutions collecting and gathering a lot of information about all of us. As you remember very well, you can see the scandals that happen with companies like Yahoo or Halifax. So basically, and then suddenly millions and tens of millions of people get their information exposed. And I think we have reached almost a limit in terms of what individuals can bear in that field. And I think we were about to shift where users are going to gain back control of the information and data. And you can see that also from a political standpoint, if you look at what's happening in Europe with new laws and regulations like GDPR, where now if you are a company and you are collecting data about your users, you're actually obliged to be able to release that information to the demand of the end user, and you also won't be able to store too much information for a long period of time about these users. So I think there is really a will to change what happened in the last years, and I think it's very good for all of us.
When are we going to start seeing that change? When are we going to feel more confident about being in control of our data?
We will definitely, I think, we'll be more confident when we know who accesses our data, what it is used for, and it might be also an opportunity for users to start to monetize that information.
So, you and I have talked in the past about monetizing. What can we see? How are we able to monetize that better today?
Well, I think it's just starting. But you can see initiatives like, I don't know if you heard about one of the co-founder of Firefox created a new browser called Brave, and basically now it's starting to monetize your attention. So users get rewarded with virtual currency, which is a coin, when depending on how much time they spend watching different content. So that's, I think, a first step. But we're going to see more and more of these initiatives. And you can see also more companies or projects that are trying to give users back control of their identity. So the topic of identity is going to become critical in the coming years. And who access your identity and what information they access will be also very important. And users want more and more to know what information they are giving up when they subscribe to a new service. And I think that's going to change. It's going to take some time. But as new tools are being built now, it's going to become more and more the regular practice.
What are some of the tools that are being built now that that help with that?
Well, you have probably, I would say, tens of companies that are building decentralized identity solutions using technologies based on the blockchain, for example. You have a company called, I think it's Uport. You have another one called Brickchain, and many other initiatives in that field of companies that are trying to disrupt this field to give back control of their identities to the users.
How does Nodleio fit into the picture and helping connected devices? Because that's certainly one avenue that's allowed for hackers to gain identity, basically getting control of our data.
So Nodle is what we call a complete citizen network, and what it does, we use the people's smartphones to provide connectivity to the manufacturers of different devices. So it's a very different approach to traditional ways of connecting devices today. Because if you build a device and you need access to the internet and to the cloud today, what you do is you're going to either build your own mobile application that will sit on the mobile phone and try to have your device connect through your mobile phone, or you will try to build a module which will be made with, for example, GSM module. So we'll have its own SIM card or equivalent of a connectivity solution with telcos, and you will pay a specific subscription for that device. And the device will use the traditional network of the telcos using 3G or 4G. But you can apply that when your device costs a certain, is worth a lot of money, because if you build a device that's worth $10, $15, which is the case for a lot of new small electronic devices that are built today, you cannot necessarily afford to pay for a traditional telco connectivity for your device. I'm thinking about devices like you start to see all these bike sharing in all the different cities in now where they don't have a dock station, for example, so you can pick a bike and go and use a bike and then leave it wherever you want. These bikes have a very low cost of production, and with solutions like Nodle.io, now you can basically use this connectivity solution to lower the cost of the connectivity solution for the bike itself. It can be applied for cities when, for example, a city wants to track the quality of the air. So the city would be able to install small devices that are going to capture the pollution in different parts of the city. And then the people in the city, by walking by, can just collect the data for the city using their smartphones. So that's why we call it the citizen network. And it enables manufacturers to provide new generation of services, build devices that can benefit from everyone's connectivity and benefits from the crowdsourcing the connectivity through the people, but this time for small objects.
Micha, you're always working on something very interesting, and it's always great to hear from you on all types of internet-related things. If somebody wants to follow you or connect with you, how can they go about doing that?
It's very easy. I have a Twitter handle, and I am also on Medium with the name is Antenor, Anthenor. So at Antenor, which is my second name. But if people want to learn about Nodle, you can go to nodle.io, nodle.io.
Thanks again, Micha, for joining. And I'm TONYA Hall. You can find more of my interviews on ZDNet and Tech Republic, and follow me on Twitter at TONYA Hall Radio.